Good morning, people of the Book It Sports community and around the world. What did we think of the new intro? Did we like it? Felt a little cheesy, felt a little corny, but I loved it. I'll be honest, I loved it. You know, I feel like it got me ready for the show, seeing me walk on, get out of bed, throw some water, throw a hat on, obviously different outfits. Maybe one day we'll do like all-time immersion. I'll wear the same outfit we wore the day we filmed that. But I liked it.
Dude, that was sick. I love that.
I liked it.
That song also a banger.
Yeah.
Absolutely
banger. By the way, we gave Grins literally zero direction in that video. We were like, "Yo, we threw the footage in our folder. Like, can you make an intro with like a funny song?" I mean, masterpiece. That's why Grins gets the big bucks. That's why Grins get the big bucks. Congratulations to everyone listening. You made it to Friday, the best day of the entire week. It's now the weekend. Congratulations, you made it. And guess what? For those of you listening on the East Coast, West Coast, and Central Time, depending on where you are, you're 1 hour closer to the weekend. Let's go have one, shall we? I hope everyone has great weekend plans. I know I do. It really involves just consuming beverages at a disgusting rate. I haven't had a weekend where I've deleted some beverages at a gross rate in a couple weeks. Really looking forward to it. I'll be honest with you. But listen, there's one man that you go to when you need your beverages paid for. And you're looking at him. You're tuned into his show and you're looking at him. And last night, Josh, we might have done the damn thing. Just 4-2. I know, you know what? I'll take a 4-2 night. When I put out 6 plays, if I go 4-2, that's a great night. That's a great night.
You would take that every single day.
Literally every single
night. It's like
night.
In football, like I would take 3 yards every single play.
Literally 3 yards every play. I don't need a 5-1, 6-0 day every day. A 4-2, I'll take every day of the week.
Every day.
Every day of the week. Among them, let's talk about the losses first. You know, I don't like to overload the front end with the wins, okay? SMU Tulane over. I am done with SMU. I'm over it. I was so high on them early in the year. I loved Chuck Harris when he was at Butler. I said, this is the perfect addition for Zurich Phelps to have a guy like Chuck Harris. He refuses to get more than 12 or 13 points every single game. I can't do it anymore. Last time we bet on his more than, it was 11.5. He finished with 10. Last night, I saw his line move to 13.5. I said, you know what? We already have the over. His line is moved. He hasn't covered his line in a freaking decade. Let's take his more than again. Because now it's up 2 points. That's normally system play.
Yeah.
Why would they move his line when he hasn't been scoring? Dude, he had 10 minutes with 7 minutes left.
10 points.
10 points with 7 minutes left. Didn't cover 13. I mean, I'm over it. They didn't hit the over. They missed the over by 3 points. Chuck Harrison, that game stole everything from me. Ripped my heart out. And you know what I hate too? I don't know if anyone else feels like this that, partakes in the gambling on sports. There's nothing worse than when your first play loses.
Oh, yeah.
When I put out my straight plays and the first play loses, you feel like you're off to the worst start of all time. Like the day might be over.
Yeah, no, it's
because now you have the potential of full fading because the first one already
exactly.
lost.
Yeah, but there's nothing better than hitting the first one,
dude. Nothing better because then you can just ride that all night.
You're like, my next one doesn't even matter.
Yeah, dude, I already hit the first one. Who cares? Who's gonna fuck about the rest of the plays? But then it feels like the weight gets more and more on every other play. Denver plus 2.5 all-time shit wager, hand up. The line was telling me not to put my units on Denver, but guess what? We did because they're my little wagon of the mid-majors, and it did not work out. So hand up. That one's on me. Let's get to where I got surgical, Josh. Okay.
Let's hear it.
And I think you're going to like the way you look. Nebraska money line. I don't know if you saw what happened to the Nebraska Cornhuskers last night, but one of the all-time legacy covers I've ever seen in my entire life. Down 20 at one point with their leading scorer, Tominaga, on the bench. The Cornhuskers spark a comeback for the ages. We're banging threes. We're hitting the paint. We're getting stops on defense. And it ends with a court storm. Took them to overtime. Down 20. I'd already chalked the bet. It was over.
Yeah.
It was over. And if you're wondering why we play the game, the Nebraska Cornhuskers coming back down 20, forcing overtime in Nebraska, and then ending with an 6-point win. Yeah, and then a court storm?
Yeah.
That is the epitome of college basketball. And that was, I'll put it up there, the most legacy cover of the year thus far.
Oh, for sure, dude. I saw something that...
And that includes the Alabama minus 5.5.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I saw that they got their first lead of the game with 30 seconds left in regulation.
Insane.
first lead with 30 seconds left.
Insane. It was always Arizona coming back home, beating the dog shit out of Cal, 18.5, check mark. We talked about it with Krabs, Stanford plus 1.5. When Jared Bynum plays, he's been out a couple games. When Jared Bynum plays, you take the trees at a short line. He comes off the bench now, but I'm telling you, he's just an all-around great point guard. He knows how to move the ball. He's got great relationships with the guys on the floor, and I trust that Stanford team when he's getting minutes because I know he's going to give me good minutes. And by the way, people forget he was like the sixth man of the year in the Big East when Providence won the Big East and made that tournament run. So when he comes off the bench, I almost feel as though he's more lethal. And he was coming off the bench against a moose shit Arizona State team at a little plus chicken for the Stanford Big Trees. Yeah, I'll take him every time. Shout out Jared Bynum and Stanford. Thank you for that one. We moved to another play that was rather free. We talked to Krabs about it. You fade the Trojans this year. Oregon just went in their house and beat the shit out of them. Dog walked them. Minus 2.5. I think they won by 15. Dog walked them. There was never a point in that game either. I was watching that game. There was never a point in that game where I felt like USC might make some noise. Like they cut the lead to 7 and 6 a couple times. Not one time did I ever feel like, oh, the momentum has shifted. Yeah. Like that USC team is horrible.
Yeah, they're not good.
And I feel bad for Boogie Ellis because I think if he's on any other team, he's like one of the more talked about guys in the country.
I feel like if they had Isaiah, they'd be all right.
Yeah, I mean that definitely moved the needle.
Number one player in the country.
Yeah, I mean that moved the needle. Yeah. We're not gonna lie about that. I do miss Drew Peterson though. I don't know if you remember the Boogie Ellis, Drew Peterson era.
I remember him.
But that was freaking electric. I'm trying to remember what my other dub was last night, but I can't put my finger on it.
There's too many of them.
Yeah, there's actually too many of them. It was one of those where I was just nuking shit all day. I can't remember what the fourth one was. What was the fourth one? The Oregon money line. What was it?
Chad, what was it?
Oh no, that was those are the four. Nebraska, Arizona, Oregon, Stanford, Denver loss, SMU total loss. Yeah, I mean the Legacy Thursday, right? Getting red hot.
At the right time.
Right before and I
Vegas.
tweeted this morning, it's time to go Super Saiyan. Because it's now the weekend and I pay for beverages. That's what we do. I only have one play today, though. I'm going to give it to you guys at the end of the show. And I'm not posting it anywhere other than the show. So if you tuned in, you're going to get the play of the day. You're going to get the one play that I'll be on today other than a little PP entry. Okay. One play today. One play. Saturday, obviously, we're nuking the whole board. Sunday, nuking the whole board. Today, one play. And you're only getting it on the show. So just hand up. If you're in the chat, you're amongst the many, the few, the proud, the morning after. What commercial is that from?
The Marines.
Yes, dude. Let's go, Josh. Way to be. Normally when we go to the What in the Worlds, I have you propose some things that have happened. Have you heard what's going on with the Arkansas men's basketball team?
I have not.
Are you kidding?
I have not.
Dude. So apparently, there was a text sent from a Fayetteville restaurant owner. Devo Davis. I'm sure you know Devo Davis. One of the better guys in Arkansas. I've been there for a couple years. Left the team mysteriously a couple days ago.
I saw that.
No news about it. This text surfaces that apparently there was a love triangle within the locker room where Devo Davis was dating a kid on the team named Trayvon Brazile. And Trayvon Brazile cheated on him with another kid named Jalen Mack, I believe his last name is, within the same locker room. And Devo found out that he cheated on him and he left.
Jesus Christ.
If you want to talk about keeping the dirty laundry in house, I mean, what are we doing? You can't date teammates. Like that's just, I feel like that should just be in stone. Like there is nothing that could be messier than dating a teammate. Like that's like dating a coworker. I
don't even know what to say. To be honest.
Dude, a love triangle in the Arkansas locker room is insane.
That is incredible. I remember Nick telling me that happened at Mizzou too.
No way.
Very similar.
So I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she was like, I guarantee you that happens in way more locker rooms across the country, like in Division I sports. And I was like, I don't know if that's true.
I think it does.
You think so?
I think so.
Dude, I think keeping it in-house is just a horrible idea. Like that was never going to end well.
No.
Never going to end well, dude.
No.
Never going to end well. Like put yourself in their shoes. Let's say one has a bad game, like one's not feeding them the ball. Like now the relationship is chalked.
Yeah.
And it's not even that they're gay. I'm not even like that
that's
doesn't
not-
matter
yeah.
at all. It's just the fact of like dating within a locker room and then like you adding the sport onto the relationship is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, no, that.
And then cheating on him with another guy
guy.
in the locker room.
Yeah.
Is insane. It's insane. And now the head coach is saying that he wants to leave because it's going to hurt recruiting.
Yeah. I mean,
And-
makes sense.
And in the text, apparently a player at Arkansas told like a 5-star recruit, dude, don't come here.
I did see that.
Because they're
Wait, did
banging- They're
I might
all
have seen
over-
that.
They're all over each other in the locker room,
Mhm.
and it's ruining the team chem. And apparently, in the bottom of the text that was sent, the number 1 scorer on Arkansas, Trayvon Mark, was
Mhm.
apparently, and I don't know if this one is true, pushed out of Houston. He transferred from Houston this year because they found out that he was gay.
Was
Like,
he one of the 3 guys? That
no,
was
dude. So they're saying 4 in the locker room.
Jeez.
Like, isn't that just like a crazy, like that feels like a 30 for 30 in like 5 years.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like that feels like a 30 because Devo Davis has left the team. Trayvon Brazil didn't play the next game.
Mhm.
And this kid Trayvon Mark is like the best player in Arkansas. So it's like, dude, what a crazy and people were wondering why Arkansas was underperforming this year. It's because they got drama in the locker room.
I guess it makes sense why Dave sent us this tweet earlier then.
What was the
I didn't
tweet?
really understand it completely, but it says ESPN 30 for 30. What if I told you that the 2023-24 Arkansas men's basketball team's biggest ball problem or biggest ball handling issues were off the court?
Dude, come on. Come on, man.
That makes a lot more sense.
Come on, man.
That makes a lot more
Come
sense.
on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Dude. That's just like, but what like a crazy like turn of events. I was really high on this Arkansas team going into this year. And every time you watch them or they had a spread, it was like, there's no way that this team should be playing this bad.
Yeah.
I think about it. They're going in the locker room. Devo Davis find out he's getting cheating on
Yeah.
with his teammate.
Yeah.
Imagine he's like, they're getting lunch. He's like, dude, I think like, obviously the players knew about it in the locker room. There's no way this was secret.
You think? You think they knew?
Well, for him to cheat on him, they had to have known.
Well, maybe just the 2 of them knew and then found out that the other one was cheating.
Dude, but imagine like the brain effort of having to like flirt with a teammate.
Was it Brasili or
Brazili cheated
on
Devo with
Devo.
the other kid. Insane, dude. When you really start getting in the weeds of it, like hitting on a team, like that's crazy.
Someone said 30 for 30 Arkansas Bearbacks.
Stop, dude. Stop, dude. But even if it was like a woman's team, like same thing. It's just
Yeah.
crazy to date within the locker room
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
only going to end poorly. But you'd watch this team and I'd be like, dude, I don't understand how this team is playing so bad. But then you find out there's the insane locker room drama that's probably going on.
Yeah, none of them.
Let alone getting cheated on is the worst feeling of all time. But then you find out that it's your teammate.
That chemistry
Like, dude,
is-
you're going to practice. Like, this is a kid. Maybe you told him about it at lunch. You were like, dude, I think Trayvon's cheating on me. And it's the kid that he's cheating on you. Like, dude, that's just like an insane story. But if you didn't know,
that is incredible.
now you know. I mean, nuts.
Musselman gone.
You think he's going to leave? I think he's going to
feel like
leave.
you have
Yeah, I
to.
feel like you got
You don't have to.
I mean,
but,
you
like,
don't have to. It only looks bad because, like, it only looks bad because as a head coach, like, you got to make sure that, like, this stuff stays in house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like doesn't affect your team.
or yeah, or it doesn't affect the team, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to be like, okay, no dating in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Like, and when
Because
it's your-
guys, it's gonna hurt
when it's one of your best players.
100%.
doing
Your
it and
captain,
leaving too.
Devo's basically like your captain of the
Yeah.
team. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Incredible.
it's more so like that stuff. But crazy. What else happened in the world, Josh?
So yesterday, Trent was talking about a little bozo pack, and he was begging Charlie to place it. And I believe one of the legs was Celtics money line
They're
Minus-
good, right?
minus 15.5, and the Lakers came out and smacked them. Smacked them.
Let me see the score.
They were plus 850. They were plus 850,
Can we stop?
and this dude's begging people to tell.
It's got to stop, man. I mean, it's got to stop. Didn't he also bet on the Celtics and they lost their first home game all year,
Mhm.
like a couple weeks ago?
That was also him.
When is it going to stop?
I don't know.
When is it going to stop?
I don't know, dude.
Like, actually, though.
Probably never.
And it makes sense now because I check my feed and it's like I got like Chelly's a mini Trent now on my feed being like, just made my first college basketball bozo pack and it's 4 minus 400. Like, I don't even know if it hit. There's no way, though.
I wonder if he ended up taking Cleveland State. I knew he was talking about it because they're playing Detroit Mercy, and the Mercy hadn't won a game.
And Detroit Mercy did not win.
No.
I did see that.
I believe they're 0-23.
Yep.
That's a good start to the year.
I know that's actually like almost impressive. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Dude, they might go down as the worst college basketball team ever.
Oh no, it didn't hit because Chelly had Western Kentucky minus 300 and they lost to the Sam Houston outright. So we got to stop with the Bozo packs.
Nice.
We got to stop with the Bozo.
Yeah,
packs.
no more.
The Bozo
They don't make
packs.
sense.
The Bozo packs only work in the NFL. You can only make a Bozo pack in the NFL because really heavy money line favorites will normally win your game.
Yeah.
But get fucked on the spread.
College basketball is just such a crapshoot.
Dude, such a crapshoot.
Yeah.
You come out with a Kansas State that shoots 18%, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. There's just no way. What else happened, Joshy?
So I saw reports yesterday. This is more for me, honestly,
Oh my
than
God,
you.
dude, just
But
get out of here, man.
that Caleb Williams doesn't want to be a Bear.
What?
Yeah. I mean, Colin Cowherd said it on the show and said that
Oh,
he had sources,
Colin
and
Coward's
said
a
he had
fucking
sources.
bozo.
He had sources.
Colin Coward's an actual bozo, so.
But if he doesn't want to be a Bear, that would be the most sad thing of all time. Because then we'll never get a quarterback. Because if it's not Justin Fields, then we'll never get a quarterback. If the greatest prospect since like Andrew Luck won't go to your team when you have the number 1 overall pick, your franchise is done.
Dude. Here's my thing. I don't know where, like, Eli Manning really screwed it up. Being like,
Yeah, sitting out.
like sitting out and not playing for a
Mhm.
team that drafted him. Caleb Williams, you've won nothing.
That is very
You've won nothing. You're going to get drafted because on paper, you're probably the best athletic quarterback to come out of a draft since like Lamar Jackson athletically, I would say, to be a top pick.
Yeah. I mean, would you consider Justin Fields a top pick?
Yeah. But
He's
I
more
think
athletic.
Caleb Williams is a little bit more hyped and a little bit more refined.
Well, his arm's just so
yeah, a
much
little bit
better.
more refined.
Yeah, for sure.
But you've really done nothing. You didn't do anything in Oklahoma.
Mhm.
You didn't do shit at USC. Actually, you got your doors blown off both years at USC when it mattered. So, like, I just don't understand. Like, again, I have a problem with Caleb Williams. I think I'm going to be an all-time Caleb Williams hater just because, one, his attitude, watching him in person, he's such a prick.
Mhm.
And he, like, thinks he's too good for whatever's going on.
Yeah.
They were losing on the sideline to Notre Dame after he threw 2 picks and the kids laughing on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that is the worst kind of attitude to have. And honestly, if I'm the Bears, thank God you don't want to play for us.
Yeah, but
Just made my decision way easier. We stick with Justin Fields and we see how it rolls.
true. And I guess Cliff Kingsbury's going to the Raiders. Maybe trade back a little bit, get Max Crosby.
Or anyone else. Well, Max Rogers had to get surgery. I don't know if I want
It would have to be
Crosby
Max or
either.
Devontae because they got nobody else to give us.
Well, if you keep Justin, you probably go Devontae.
Yeah, I don't know. I would rather have Max than Devontae, I think.
I don't know, dude. DJ Moore and Devontae Adams. If Justin Fields
He's just
can't
too
throw,
old. He's just too old. I don't want his
doesn't matter
contract.
though. It's the way he creates space still.
Yeah.
Insane. But again, I could not be more out on Caleb Williams. I think he's going to be the most overhyped prospect in the past couple years. I watched him with my eyes. I watched Caleb Williams play. The eye test, the kid is a prick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like an actual
Yeah.
prick.
He cares more about his outfits than the actual game of football.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the Bears might have dodged a bullet. Like I really think the teams that don't draft Caleb Williams and the teams that go for Caleb Williams, on the one side, dodging a bullet, I think, with Caleb Williams, because he's going to be a guy where if he doesn't have immediate success and his team is losing, he's going to be the worst teammate of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Of all time.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go to a winning situation, worst team of all. If he goes to the Raiders and has 4 wins like a Bryce Young, you're not going to see the head that Bryce Young has on his shoulders.
No.
You're going to see a guy that's just going to like bitch and complain and not take any accountability because he didn't take any accountability for anything that happened at USC, by the way.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
once did you see Caleb Williams come out and be like, I got to play better. Like in these big games, like it's got to come down to
I
me.
mean, in his defense, though, their defense.
Okay,
was
but
so
either
bad.
way,
yeah, no,
you're
I
the
agree.
best. Like
You
you're
should
literally
you should take responsibility when you're a leader of the team, but their defense
Okay,
was
but
so
By the way, you're in the Pac-12. Everyone's defense sucks other than Oregon.
they were the worst. Though. Like,
Either way, though, you're the best offensive weapon. You should put up more points than your defense allows against Pac-12 defenses.
when it's like 50 though. When they're
Dude,
giving up 50.
You're Caleb Williams.
Yeah, but 50
You're
points
Caleb.
in
You're
the
the
game is like-
Messiah. You're the Messiah. You're gonna save football. You're a better prospect than Patrick Mahomes. That has been said on multiple sports shows across America. A better prospect than Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, but like before Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes.
Of course, but
nobody
now we're
knew
looking
that.
at Patrick Mahomes now, and you can't just remove what Patrick Mahomes is now from the prospect.
Well, I think that they're saying that Patrick Mahomes as a prospect coming out of college wasn't as good as Caleb is coming out of college.
Right.
Which makes sense. Like
Makes sense.
Like Mahomes was like on most people's boards in that draft was the number 3 quarterback behind Deshaun Watson and Mitch Trubisky. For some odd reason, he was behind Mitch Trubisky, but he was.
Mitch Trubisky is that is just gonna be the craziest like story of all
Yeah,
time.
we trade up for him. That was a good move. From fucking 3 to 2.
No, dude.
And the Niners wanted Solomon Thomas, who's literally a nobody now. It was insane. They got their guy, and we got swindled. That's just the Bears. That's just the Bears. That's just what we do.
Swindle.
That's just
dude.
what we do.
Do you know that the only player from I forget which draft class it was, but it was Sam Darnold's draft class to make it to a Super Bowl is Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I saw that.
Jets legend.
Yeah, it's actually
we know how to pick him.
I think that's Lamar's too. I think Lamar was in that draft class.
Yeah, no, I think it was
Lamar, Rosen.
I think it was Josh
Rosen,
right? But it was Josh Allen.
I
think so. Baker.
Yeah.
No, it might not have been Josh.
No,
it was
no,
Baker
no.
though.
Yeah, that's
It was
on
Baker, Rosen, Darnold, Lamar,
and there's one more.
I think it might have been Josh, dude. Unless he was the year before.
Who was that?
It was Baker for sure.
Yeah,
Baker was the number 1. Josh
Allen was in that class. Yeah,
Josh Allen was. Yeah,
Okay,
Josh
so
Allen was in that class. I think Josh Allen got picked before Sam Darnold.
yeah, that sounds right.
Because I think the only good quarterback after Sam Darnold was Lamar Jackson that we like just blew on.
That was. Dude, how did teams pass on him? It's such a crazy thing. He was so damn good in college.
And Colin Cowherd goes, he's not Josh Rosen. He's not Sam Darnold. He's an unrefined prospect.
Oh
like that
my
guy's a fucking bozo.
Yeah.
The amount of times that he said shit that is just like insane blows my mind that he still has a job.
His takes are just so wild that it's like you can't like as a viewer you're watching and you're like I know that you don't even believe that.
Dude, and
like you're just saying shit and that you don't believe at all.
And I was getting kind of ripped for my KFC take, by the way. I was checking the comments. People are upset
Oh, I know.
over the chicken.
I mean, that is a crazy take, so they should.
I don't think it's that crazy.
It's an
though.
insane take. Insane.
Like it's really not that insane though. I had it yesterday just to confirm. Like the KFC chicken is unbelievable. So those 11 herbs and spices.
It's good. It's like,
Dude,
it's
I just feel like you're
all 4
bitching.
places are good. I mean, I'm not gonna like turn down any of them.
Did you see that Elon Musk successfully put in? I think it's called
The
a
Neuralink.
Neuralink
I saw
into
that.
someone's brain. Can you explain to me what that's supposed to do? Like,
So
is
I
it just
think-
does it bring your notifications to your eyeballs?
No.
What does it
I don't
do?
think it has anything to do with like that type of technology. I think it's more for like handicapped people, like where like
what?
the chip's supposed to like.
It lets them walk again?
I think it's for like multiple things. Oh, that's like the end goal. I don't think it's like doing it right now, but that's like what they're building it for. I think it's like so like it can stimulate the brain to like activate other nerves. I don't know. Like I'm not a scientist, but like
You're doing a good
it
job.
pretty much
right now, though.
activates the brain like in certain spots that it's not able to before. So like say like you're paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
Like something in your brain is telling your spine that it can't work, right?
So that's what it does?
Yeah. Well, that's the end goal of it.
So I thought it
Blind
was just
people,
putting
deaf people, paraplegics, epilepsy. Yeah. So
I thought it was just putting your phone in your brain.
I don't think that that's what it is.
I thought that it was like just putting like the internet in your head.
Neuralink lets you order KFC.
But that's what I
You
thought
just
it
think about it
did.
and it
That's what I
comes to your
thought it
house.
did. I thought it was putting your phone like in your head.
Well, I'm sure that like they.
I mean,
will
I'm
do
probably
that
so
eventually,
wrong.
but I think that that's like I think the main reason for it is to help handicapped people.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's awesome.
If it works.
Yeah, I literally was talking to Dave about this yesterday. He's like, he has no belief that it's gonna work. I was like, but if it does work, it's like the greatest invention of all time.
Of all time.
like
dude.
not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't know it did that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like putting your phone in your head, and I was like, we should get it put in Zach Wilson's head so he can like watch film while he sleeps.
Watch film while he's playing.
While he's playing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't need the iPad.
Could you imagine that? Like you had like, it's like you have VR goggles on all the time.
Well, that's what I thought it was, dude. I thought your eyes just became like the screen,
No,
where it was like you could see
that
shit.
would be insane.
That'd
That
be
would be
too
insane.
much. I feel like that'd be too much for me. That'd be too much. Did you see NBA League Pass is adding is it doing a VR thing
Mhm.
where you can watch every game?
Yeah, I've seen
And then
that.
I saw some guy who
like
was like,
courtside.
it was like, this is about to be how it looks like. And it's like, this broadcast is blacked out in your area. This broadcast is blacked out in your area. It's like every game is like the blacked out
Yeah.
screen and there's only like 2 on. I don't know. My opinion on the VR stuff, it's too much, man. Like, it's just, as a man, if I'm strapping on a pair of goggles in my living room to sit courtside at a fucking basketball game, it's too much.
It is kind of a lot.
It's too much.
I mean, I would never do it, but I don't think I would shame someone for doing it.
Honey, dinner's ready, and I'm in there fucking doing this. Like, that's just too much, dude.
I saw the funniest
That's
video.
too much,
The
dude.
funniest video of this mom trying VR for the first time. She was standing in the kitchen,
Dude, I can't.
puts him on, and just starts dead sprinting and just bangs her head straight into the microwave and then shatters the goggles.
Well, did you see Disney put out a mat that you can get now
Mm-mm.
where you can run full speed and it
Oh,
keeps you in
yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
spot?
Where you like have like a strap on your
Yeah,
waist.
yeah. Nuts, dude. And the mat like moves.
That'll
with
be
you,
awesome.
So it keeps you in the same spot. I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
Dude, it's honestly like that's actually genius. Like it actually because like you're moving and like getting exercise to some extent while
To
you're
some
playing
extent,
video
yeah.
games.
I don't know. I'd rather just strap the headset on, grab the controller,
Well, yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
bot.
But like at least for kids, like you're not just sitting on your ass all
Yeah,
day.
it's
You'd
fucking-
be moving around.
Hitting one of these.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Austin McBroom stuff that's going on?
No, I have not. I do not.
I hate him.
Good.
But it's actually so funny, dude. So his wife left him for obvious reasons. He's actually like a total scumbag. He did like charity events and like took all the money, like total scumbag.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Super, super cringe. His wife left him.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of buying a house, apparently I think he's broke, but I don't think he is. I think he's doing it for content and we're talking about it, so it's working. He bought an RV that he parked outside his wife's house. Literally across the street. An RV. Austin McBroom is now living in an RV across the street from his wife's
So
house.
kind of like what Kanye did, but he's just not as rich. Couldn't buy the house.
Yeah, couldn't
across
buy the
street.
house across the street. He bought an RV that is now across the street from his wife's house. It was so sad, like watching his Snapchat stories, and I think it's obviously for content. But then rapper DDG and YouTuber
Yeah.
was like, "Dude, you can move into my house if you want for a couple days." So now Austin McBroom is sleeping on an air mattress in DDG's house, and they made a song for Austin's wife, and it is. I mean, DDG got in his bag; he did a great job, but it is the most botted shit I've ever seen. Like it's like, dude, I want to just like play you like just a little bit of it, just so you can like hear it.
Yeah, right. Dude.
My ace, it's called.
I mean, I could. Oh my god, dude.
Still my ace. All right, so basically, he's like, I want to make a song, but I couldn't put to words. So DDG. All right, here we go. Just chat. Just listen to this for a little bit.
I miss you. I love you. I've been in this RV. No heat. Together for 8 years. We don't even speak. You know that I miss you. I've been watching you right through the tree. I've been missing the kids lately. I've been living alone.
Like, don't make no mistake. DDG got in his bag.
Yeah.
Like he kind of floated on
Dude,
that.
him and Tusi just like it doesn't even matter like what they're doing. Like they just float on every
Just
song.
float,
They're all so
dude,
good.
just float.
Yeah.
But he like got in his bag for the song. But dude, Austin McBroom, you're like a grown man, dude. This is the saddest shit I've ever seen, bro.
How old is he? Like 40?
Dude, I have no idea. Like he might be 50, dude. And then he like the cringiest shit is like involving the kids in it. I get like content and doing content and like being that kind of creator. But then after the song is made, he's sitting in his car on Snapchat and he's like, "Girls, I just wanted to play you my song." He's got like a 8-year-old girl and like a 4-year-old daughter. And he's sitting there filming them from the front seat while they're in the back seat, dropping them off at school, like sitting in the parking line, and they're listening to that song.
Dude.
I miss you. I'm in this RV. No heat. Like, dude, if I was his son, I'd be like, "You're a fucking loser." Like, my dad is a loser. Like, if I'm these daughters, like, I would literally just be like, "What are you like? Why is
Yeah.
you're
Stop.
basically like crying about mom over a song? Like, get a fucking job
And you're not even singing.
and a life." And then he got accepted into UCLA, and he was like late to one of his classes,
He
and
got
he was
accepted.
and he was crying. He was like, "I'm late to my first class." He's like, "This is the most unideal scenario. I just can't find it." It's like, dude, I'm gonna look up his age. I'm gonna look up his age.
Dude,
I gotta look up his age. I gotta look up his age. I mean, if it's anything over 35, like
It's got to be, right?
he's 31 years old.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my God, he's young.
I thought he was a lot older
I
than
thought he's a
that.
lot older. That's still just the most
It's
loser
still,
behavior.
yeah.
If I'm 31 years old,
If you have grown kids, like not grown, 8-year-old kids, like you've had a kid for 8 years and you still act like this, like
if I'm 31
out.
years old still using Snapchat, take me out back. That's what he's doing. Like you can watch it all on his Snapchat and then people are taking it and putting it on TikTok. Dude, I got lost in the sauce last night watching these videos because it is so pathetic, dude. It's so his brother is like, bro, you don't have to live like this. And he's like, dude, will you come to like my Valentine's Day party in the RV? He's like, no. And he's like, bro, you never been to a Valentine's Day party in an RV. He's like, because nobody throws Valentine's parties in RVs.
Nobody has Valentine's parties, 1, and 2, nobody has an RV.
Yeah, like what, dude? And then his wife is like, dude, I think it's sad. Like people are like, because then she has Snapchat because they're both like creators, the Ace family, whatever the fuck it was. Dude, they're like on her Snapchat, they're like, have you seen the song? And she's like responding, being like, yeah, it's like the saddest shit ever. Like he tells me he's okay, but like this shit is sad. It's like, dude, move on.
Yeah, figure it out.
Move on.
Figure it out.
Like, holy shit. All right, let's get to the portion where we talk some bets. It's 11:20. All right. Here's what I want to say. First of all, yesterday, it's already locked. Smacked in the mouth. Highest over on the college basketball board. Smacked in the mouth. UMBC Bryant. I think there was 180 points scored. It was like 98-92.
Yeah.
Almost an NBA score. Unbelievable.
We love it.
The plan B.
The plan B yesterday was keep the points. I don't know. Wait, I don't even know if it hit because I was in Moose.
Keep the points. UC Davis smacked in the mouth. UC Davis. I had to check my book to see if it was green. I didn't even look when I woke up this morning. UC Davis money line at plus chicken. Josh is 600-0 on plan B bets, guys. He said keep the points 2 times now. He has said keep the points 2 times now. Grins, we're making a clip out of this. You got to roll the tape. He has said keep the points 2 times now. And they've both hit. UC Santa Barbara, you faded the school that you took the points with last time.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Leave the points at the door, plus chicken money lines for Josh. The plan B smacks again. He's 600-0.
Let's
Chasing
go.
700-0 tonight with
tonight.
the plan B. All right, as always, Josh, let's get the It's Already Locked. Let's get the plan B. Let's get Grins up here, and then let's roll.
All right, so it's already locked. I feel like we're going to be seeing this team a lot this year in the It's Already Locked. Iowa and Ohio State over 156.5.
And as a fan of collegiate sports, it's pretty crazy that Iowa plays as fast as they do because normally across the board in all sports, they are slow.
Yeah, the most boring team of all time.
Slow.
Yeah.
So good for them playing fast basketball.
Yeah.
All right, already locked the Iowa game. Take the over. Move on. The plan B, as always, is the bet where you made a couple mistakes in the slate. You made some decisions you shouldn't have. You have a chance to save the night with the latest game on. You ride with us. Yesterday's hit, the day before it hit. We're chasing 700-0. Josh, the plan B bet is?
Nevada minus 11.5 against San Jose State.
Wow. We're back to the points.
We're back.
We're taking the points.
We're taking the points.
We're taking the points. Nevada minus 11.5 against San Jose State is your plan B. Here it's already locked as the Iowa game. Let's get Grins up here for a quick lock, and then we move.
Yesterday, Mikey, we got it done. Colin Morikawa, 67. It wasn't a sweat.
That's a great bet, Grins. That's a great bet.
So today I looked through who was golfing, same people as yesterday, and looked at the lines. Pretty similar. Today I'm going with Denny McCarthy under 70.5.
I have no idea who that is. Josh?
One of the better putters on the tour.
Wow.
You can get it done. I like that.
I'm going to tail this one. Is it on PP?
I'm sure it is. They have.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's on Prize Picks. I know it's
in strokes.
Let me see.
Hold on, Grins. We're going to find out if it's on PP, and we're going to make an entry about with it.
Got it.
You don't even see the PGA on here.
Live Golf?
They have Live on here. It's not Live, but
all right, we're gonna have to text. We have to text somebody to put this shit up.
It just popped up.
Oh,
I got it.
Is he up there?
He's on.
Okay.
70.5.
All right, Grins, we're doing it.
We're
gonna lock that in. I love that. What's his
like
name?
Plan.
Denny McCarthy.
Denny McCarthy. Maybe we put it with Ricky Fowler versus Adam Scott. Birdies are better.
Okay. Ricky was hot yesterday. He was 5 under.
I'm making that entry right now. That is literally the entry.
Okay.
What is his name? McCarthy?
Yeah.
Denny McCarthy. I miss you. I've been in this RV, no heat. All right, that is the entry today. Ricky Fowler, more than birdies or better matchup versus Adam Scott, and Denny McCarthy from our resident grins, less than strokes. And I will take a less than because it's rooting for good golf. The only reason I don't take lessons and why it's Mikey over, not unders, is because unders are boring. When you take lessons in golf, it's basically taking a more than because you're rooting for good golf.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear it from the chat.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Grins, appreciate you. Let's go get another one tonight, shall we?
Yep, let's get it.
See you, Grins.
All right, in the moment you've all been waiting for. What is Mikey's nuke of the night on a Friday? On a small slate, on a botted college basketball slate. The line moved against me, and now I don't want to take it. Gonna be honest with you. Line moved in front of my eyes, makes me not want to take it. But I'll tell you what it was. What it was Akron minus 4.5. It's now 3.5. I like it better at 3.5.
Playing Toledo.
I love this Akron team. I'll say it. In football, I like this Akron team. They got a quarterback named DJ Irons, probably the best name in fucking all of college sports. He's a go. Follows me on Twitter. But this Akron basketball team, I feel like, has turned the corner this year. 16-5. We're back in home, playing Toledo, minus 3.5. I'll take Akron in that spot. I like this Akron basketball team. I think they're deep. They got a couple dogs. They play really good defense. I don't know much about Toledo, though. I was trying to do some lab work on Toledo. They're definitely competitive.
Yeah, they're
competitive.
they're
They got a
generally-
dog.
Yeah, they're generally pretty.
They
good
got a
in the
dog.
back, yeah.
This kid Moss pours it in the bucket.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I like this Akron team a little more. They're a little longer, a little bigger than Toledo. And just being at home in the MAC on a Friday. What else are those kids doing?
I don't
in
really know
Akron,
much
Ohio?
about either of the teams either. But
What are those kids doing on a Friday in Akron, Ohio, other than packing the gills of that stadium?
nothing else.
Yeah,
They got
I mean,
nothing.
nothing. You got nothing. You got nothing for me. That was going to be my nuke of the night. I also don't mind this Butler Bulldogs team going on the road, plus 10.5. Creighton could beat the shit out of them, but this Butler team is really frisky, and they're proving to be very hard to beat. Just the way that they've aligned that roster and the way that they've built that roster, they're just a very hard basketball team to beat and put away.
Mm-hmm.
So Creighton minus 10.5, like, it feels like the Oregon State game last night.
Yeah.
Like Oregon State, red hot right now, Butler red hot right now. You could have taken the 10.5 and just went to bed because you knew Oregon State was going to cover it. It got close, but they covered it, right? The Oregon State just a hard team to put away by that many points. I think Butler's kind of the same. They play gritty basketball. I also didn't mind Princeton plus 3.5. I don't know if you've heard the murmurs of this kid on Princeton.
I love Princeton.
But Xavier Lee is a fucking bucket.
Yeah.
And
I know you're talking about.
I could just see him bucketing on Yale. So I don't mind Princeton plus 3.5. I also, I'm going to say it, Josh. This might be the night you take Ohio State. With the
Really?
points.
Really?
Yes. And I'm going to
Plus
tell you.
5.5.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because it's not a sharp spot.
Yeah, it
If
really
it was
isn't.
2.5, 1.5, 3.5, no shot. 5.5, yeah, we're taking Ohio State with
take
the
it.
points.
Let's take it.
Against Iowa at home, that feels like they're getting a little bit too much respect, and the books are finally going, okay, Ohio State, you guys might be fucking moose. And this is the game where somehow Ohio State covers and wins outright.
Maybe parlay Ohio State spread in the over. It's already locked.
Wow. A same gamer.
Good.
A rare the morning after same gamer?
Good.
Ohio State with
Crab
points
said,
in the
"Stop
over?
it, Mikey."
Dude, no way Krabs is going to take Iowa tonight, dude.
Yeah.
Krabs.
Yeah.
But Iowa's not sharp in this spot, I feel like.
No, I don't think so. They've been playing pretty well.
Yeah, like Iowa's been playing well, dude. Iowa's a good team.
Yeah.
5 points on the road for Ohio State. Like, this might be the time we take Ohio State. Because I'll tell you why. I've always used this method too, and people might think I'm dumb for doing this method. When a team hasn't covered a lot of spreads, you got to remember that by the end of the year, most teams will be 50-50 on their spreads. No team is going to cover every single spread. No team is going to not cover every single spread. Most teams end 50-50. They've covered 50% of the spreads, and they haven't covered the other 50% of them. Ohio State, by the end of the year, is going to have to finish covering 50% of the spreads, right? That's just how the math ends up mathing.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
It should, yeah.
Somewhat, right? It should.
Vegas hopes it does.
And it normally does. When you check
Yeah,
the end of the
they-
year, most teams
they
have
get it
only
close,
covered
yeah.
50%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this might be one of the games where we look back and we go, Ohio State covered that spread 5.5 points.
I'm down.
And the world might be on Iowa because Ohio State hasn't been covering a lot of spreads.
Because they're terrible.
And the normal bettor is going, dude, Ohio State fucking moose shit. Iowa's minus 5.5. That's a lot of points. Take Iowa.
Yeah.
And then we're, on the other hand, with our dirty, greasy grub mitts all over the Buckeyes plus 5.5. And I just talked myself into Ohio State as a max bet. Like, zero basketball reason. I just talked myself into
Ohio
State as a max
State
bet.
just became. Who were you to take?
Akron.
Oh, Akron, yeah.
Ohio State just became our Akron. All right. Those are the plays. I also think Dayton -7.5. They're getting hot at home. It's really hard to beat Dayton. They're really big. And St. Bonaventure is not big. So this might be a game where you take Deron Holmes, points, rebounds, and assists, and he has fucking 40 of them. Because he's just going to bang on Bonaventure. But we're at the point of the show where we leave you with a little inspiration, a little motivation, and guess what? I'm going to say it every single show. You made it to Friday. You took one step forward for me. If you were in the chat yesterday and you're in the chat today, you took one step forward. You took one step forward. And I'm going to tell you a little story. Okay? I'm going to tell you a little story. When I was a young little lad, used to love the game of basketball, right? I still do. Love the game of basketball. Favorite player ever was Allen Iverson. He's the reason why I started playing basketball. I was a little ball handler. Horrible shot, but I would just spend so much time in my room with a little mini ball going between my legs, a little cross. Loved it. Loved it. My favorite player of all time. Found out about this guy named Kobe Bryant. And he said something along the lines of, I'm competing against myself, right? Every time the guy that I'm trying to beat is me, right? And I think something that I've adapted from that is this mentality of it's really me versus me, right? And I want you to think about it in your life. It's you versus you. I don't care how much money your friend has. I don't care what job your friend has. I don't care what job your girlfriend has. I don't care if this person makes more money than you. I don't care if this person's happier than you. Every day you wake up, it's you versus you. If you can beat the you of yesterday, you're making progress. So when I wake up every morning, the only person I'm competing against is me. Because I know the only person that can beat me at the end of the day is me. The only person that can really beat you and set you back is you. So instead of taking the mentality of comparing yourself and wanting what they want, I want you to wake up every morning, look that person in the mirror and say, I'm going to beat you today. Okay? It's you versus you. It's me versus me. And that's how you're going to be great. Because if you can beat you from yesterday, every single day moving forward, you're going to look back in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, a year, and be a better person than you were the first day you started doing this. Because you're competing against yourself every day. Like we said, there's no bunk beds in the graveyard, man. Right? All these people you compare yourself to, they're not coming with you, man. So you might want to start competing against a person that matters. The only person that matters. And it's yourself. All right, so be a better version of yourself today. And as always, just take one step forward for me. This has been The Morning After. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And stay right there on the Book It Sports Network. We got BTL coming up next. That's where you get your plays, or the sharp bettors. It's Krabs and Javon. Stay right there. Don't close the stream. Do me a favor. Tell them we said what's up from The Morning After. And let's go have a great Friday into the weekend, guys. I'll see you on Monday. I'll miss you with all my heart. Take a step forward for me today. Thanks, guys.